First, I have an announcement. The announcement is that I screwed up. I double booked your lesson for today. So we are not going to be doing the zombie thing because I screwed up. So we do it next week. No, we're just not doing it. Oh, we're skipping it. So we are done with the chapter 8 packet. You can just scratch that out and we're starting on the chapter 9 packet. Okay. Now get a new chapter 9 packet. I put them in the center of the table and find the first two warm-ups, please. I do invite you to enjoy the adorable zombies on the resource page when you have time. Okay. Shh. All right. So 27 is 9 and 3. And 12 is 4 and 3. And 3 doesn't have any perfect squares in it. So it's just going to stay the same. So 27, I split into 9 and 3. 12, I split into 4 and 3. And 3 doesn't have anything, so it just stayed. Okay. Square root of 9 is 3, so negative 3 root 3 plus. Okay, so this is 3 times square root of 4 is 2 times square root 3 plus 2 square root 3. Okay, so this is negative 3 square root 3 plus 6 square root 3 plus 2 square root 3. Okay, so it's negative 3 plus 6 plus 2. Negative 3 plus 6 plus 2. Yes, 5. 5 square root 3 is your final answer. That one came out satisfying. I like it. Okay, number 3. This one is multiplication. So the first thing I'm going to do is combine the two numbers underneath the square root. So this is negative, actually it's positive 4. Can you guys see the positive 4? Is there two negatives make a positive? So 4 square root 20 is the first step. 20 is divisible by 4, so 4 times the square root of 4 times the square root of 5. Four times 2 times square root 5. 8 square root 5. Okay, I believe we are done with the packet now. Okay. Grab your notebook. Well, what does it sound like? And what did I give you just a minute ago? This is super fun for me. Entertaining, Mrs. Talbot's very important. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. When you to come with me, you're the most important. Okay, you're the most important. Okay, and he is gonna come over here and stand here. Actually, he's in the middle. He's zero. Okay, hold up your zero. Most important. Okay, now on a number line, the negatives go in this direction, and negative infinity is the lowest, right? Okay, and the positive go in this direction, and positive infinity is the highest. Okay, so what I need you guys to do is take 2 minutes and get yourselves in order with the number I gave you. It's gonna take some trial and error and talking to each other. I'll tell you when you're correct. Boy. Okay, perfect. Yeah, 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 yeah. Mike, where do you go? You're -4. Oh, you're right between 10 and 5. Okay. It looks as though I might have more positive numbers than negative numbers. Just wrap around here a little bit, so we're not sure. Okay, so this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna hold up a thing. And those of you that make this true, you're gonna take one step forward. Okay, so there's gonna be some trial and error. Look around you to see what other people do, and it's okay if we screw up, because we're just learning. You can all step down to switch down 2 steps. You guys are all plugged up. It's perfect, perfect, okay. Okay, all right, first one is an easy one. Okay, there should only be one person stepping forward, that's 3. Titus is 3, so he's the only one. Do you guys notice there's only one number here? This is important. I know it's kind of dumb and silly, but does it make sense? Okay, all right, so, okay, now, this is the actual point. This is x is greater than or equal to -2. Which one of the numbers are greater than or equal to -2? Okay, who's the lowest? Sam. So everybody above Sam should be taking a step forward, because you're greater than or equal to -2. Now, if you guys forget what way the thingy's going, the crocodiles are always there for you up above the board. Okay, how many of you stood forward? Okay, and I'm not looking for an actual number. Pretend that it goes to, what's your number? It's not 8. It's sideways 8. It's infinity. Yeah, it's infinity. So there are infinite amount of children that would have stepped forward had you had all the numbers. Okay, now step back. Okay, getting the hang of it. Here's the next one. X is less than -3. X is less than -3. Step forward if you're less than -3. Okay, notice how Tim did not step forward because he's actually -3. So it's just the one below that. Do you guys understand the difference between the little line underneath and the little line after you get? Okay, why am I having so much more fun than you? Okay. X is greater than -2. Ooh, I tried to trick you and it didn't work. Yeah, Sam did not step forward this time because he is -2. Aha. Okay, now we're gonna get spicy. This might be stuff you've never seen before in your life. You might have, I don't know. Okay. This is called a compound inequality, and it's saying X is somewhere between -1 and 4, including -1 and 4. Everyone in between -1 and 4 and including -1 and 4 step forward. Great, okay, you see how it's just like one block of people? It ends on both sides. Okay, you guys step back, perfect. Okay, we're gonna practice that again. Go learning. Okay. Everyone between -5 and 0, but not including -5. And -5 does not move forward. I don't even know if there is another. Oh yeah, you stay back. Do you see how you're not, you don't have the line underneath, so you're not included. Okay, but it's just ending on both sides, one group. I like to call these the Baymax situation, and I'll show you that in a minute. You guys know what Baymax is? Baymax is? Okay. All right, now this one's different. X is less than or equal to 1, or X is greater than or equal to 3. Everybody less than or equal to 1. Less than or equal to 1. Okay. And greater than or equal to 3. So everybody 3 and up. Both. 3 and up. 3 and up. Yes. No. So much fun for me. Okay, this one goes off in 2 directions, but it's not in the middle part. Okay. Now we have setbacks. These are the 2 spiciest. And if you don't get these 2 at all, it's okay, because these are really, really hard. Okay. The absolute value of X is less than 3. Look at your number, make it positive, and see if you're less than 3. Okay, so it should be all the way from Landon to Sam. What's the absolute value? Yeah, no. Okay, what does this one look like? This one looks like the one where there's 2 dots and it's the middle. Okay, go back, one more. And then my fun is over for a whole year, and I don't get to do this again. Absolute value of X is greater than or equal to 2. Okay, so that is the sides again, but not the middle. Sides are off. Okay, you can recycle your numbers in the blue can on the back to the I can't believe I have to wait 365 days to do that again. They might. Maybe I could just make my other classes do it for fun. They probably need it. We could do it for something for stats related for them. Okay. All right. Now, how many solutions does x equals 3 have? One. Beautiful. How many solutions does x is greater than or equal to -2 have? Infinite. Okay, beautiful. So we've already done number 1 and 2. Okay, now number 3 is middle school review. So these are taking the arrow and rewriting it into an inequality. I don't know what grade this is. 7? Is it 7, you think? Okay, now I don't know about these last two, but these two are definitely 7th, I think. Okay, so number 3, we'll start with A. And I start with a letter. I'm going to choose X. You can choose any letter that you want. It doesn't. And I'm a X fan, so I'm going to use X. And the arrow is going up, so it's greater than. And my circle is colored in, so that means greater than or equal to 1. Pro tip, the arrows on the end are the same as the arrows in the inequality. So if your arrow is pointing this way, you can just copy that arrow right there. Do you guys all understand the greater than or equal to part because it's colored in? These are all little things we need to make sure we all get before we do actual math 1. Okay, this guy. No, this is middle school. Okay, so X. Arrow is going down the number line, so less than, and it's not colored in, so I'm not going to put the or equal to on it, and -1. So X is less than -1. Yep. Yep. Perfect. Okay. I like to think of it because I'm a kind of nerd. I think if I have to do more coloring here, that means I have to do more putting the line under here. If I don't have to color it, then I don't have to make the line. That's just my little nerdy brain. Okay, now this one. This is 2 arrows going out, which means that it's an or situation. So between my 2 arrows, I like to write the word or. And then I do them separately. So this side is x is less than -3. And this side is x is greater than or equal to 2. So when there's 2 arrows going out, you write an or and then do them separately. Close, very close. Okay, so this one is what I like to call the Baymax, and one of his eyes is not colored in, but that's okay. What you do is you put -4 and 2 right underneath it. You put whatever letter you want to use in the middle. And on these, the arrows always point to the left. So this one is going to be closed and this one is going to be open. But your arrows always point left. Do you have any questions about either of these, any of these from A, B, C, or D? Okay, now we're in math one. Here we go. That was all middle school before. Now we're in math one. We have something that looks like an equation, but we have an inequality symbol instead. So the first step is to pretend you have equals. You're living in denial, like the long river in Egypt. Just kidding. That's my daily joke there. Okay, what I mean is you're pretending you don't have this terrible inequality. You're just pretending, oh, it's just an equation. No big deal. It is, for now, add 5, add 5. Okay. Do you guys have any questions about step one? So step one is where I live in denial for a minute. And I'm like, oh, it's just an easy equation. No big deal. I find the answer. Okay. Step two. You're going to put the 4 on a number line like this, but you're going to not make the arrow yet. So you're going to put the 4, and then this one has the or equal to, so you're going to put a closed circle above it. Okay, now if this is 4, where would 0 be standing? On the left or the right? Left. So put 0 in your number line. You don't need to put any other numbers besides 0 and the number that you got for your answer. Okay, step 3. You're going to test 0. You're going to see if your arrow is going to go towards 0 or away from 0. Okay, so what you do is you put 0 into the original problem. So 2 times 0 minus 5 is greater than or equal to 3. I just took 0 and plugged it in. Okay, and I got negative 5 is greater than or equal to 3. True or false? Is negative 5 greater than or equal to 3? No, it's false. So what I do is I put a false at 0 and a true on the other side. So that means this side is not where the arrow is going to go. This side is where the arrow is going to go because that's the true part. And then step 4 is to take this little baby arrow and write the final answer. So x is greater than or equal to 4. So this is the part we just practiced in number 3. Okay, B. Step 1, pretend it's equals 3x plus 1 equals 7. I like this part. Okay, now step 2 is to set up my little baby number line. I'm not going to do a whole big number line, just a baby one. I put 2 on there, and 2 in this one is going to have an open circle because there's not an or equal to on my original problem. And 0 is still going to live over to the left. Step 3, plug 0 in to the original problem. And I got 1 is less than 7. Is 1 less than 7 as far as we know? It's true. It is less than 7. So,
My thumbs up.
yes, perfect. Okay, so that means this time, this side, the left side of the number line is true, and the right side of the number line is false. So that means my arrow is going to go this way because we want to know where the answers actually are, not where they're not. And then final answer, x is less than 2. Okay, we have one more, and then we're done. Okay, step 1. Pretend you have equals 3 minus 2x equals 1. Minus 3. One. Step 2. Okay, I got my answer of 1. Is it going to be open or closed? Open. Great job. And is 0 going to be on the left or the right of 1? Left. So now I'm going to see if it's true or false on the left. So 3 minus 2 times 0 is less than 1. Correct. 3 is less than 1 is false. So that means I put a false on the 0 side. I put a false on the 0 side because I plugged in 0 and it's false there. That means the other side has to be where the answers are, the true side. So I want to make my arrow go to where the answers are. Last step, final answer, x is greater than 1. Okay, now before, I'm actually done, but before I stop, I just want to point out one little thing. In the original problem, what is the inequality symbol? Which alligator is that? What? Less than. Okay. And in the final answer, what alligator is that? Greater than. So what I'm telling you is you can't just take the alligator in the original problem and make him the alligator in the original answer. It doesn't work like that. If it did, I promise you, I wouldn't make you go through all of this. They flip inside sometimes. So you actually have to do this. You can't just say, well, the original problem was less than, so the answer is less than. It doesn't work like that. I promise you, if it did, I wouldn't make you go through all of this stuff. See how it flipped to get the answer. So just so you know, I'm not like making you do extra stuff for no reason. You mean, that sounds like something I would do, but not in this case. That's supposed to be fun. Okay, do you guys know what the homework is? Anybody? Yeah, I have a joke for you which will indicate that also. Yeah. All righty. You know why else I like this one? And it's a really nerdy reason because of the giant one. Like common denominator giant one.